How about you, Adele? Who do you think for that? For those two legs, who do you think will? Because I feel like that's like the big. I feel like that's like almost a Champions League match when it comes to like the two teams.
It was a final in 2008 and 2010.
Yeah. I feel like if you asked me this 2 months before, I would have said Barca.
Mm-hmm.
But like recent form with Manny, they look scary, especially with Rashford stuff. I'm a back Man.
Back Man.
I'm not even gonna say this because I'm salty. If you want to talk about form, Barca's been on form since they've been knocked out the Champions League since like October.
Yeah, the caliber of the league is very different. To be on form in PL and to be on form.
Yeah, I mean they've been tearing it up, bro.
Well, I think Real Madrid.
They've beaten Real Madrid like twice in the last month, or like.
What are you saying?
Am I tripping? They beat Real Madrid
twice in the last month.
No, that's not tripping, but.
You know, Barca hasn't lost a game since they came back from World Cup again.
You're lying.
I'm so serious. Yeah, they've been tearing it up, bro. Last time they lost a match was I think Inter. Let's see. They've had a few draws. No, they lost to Real 3-1 October. Oh, excuse me. They lost to Bayern 3-0 October 26th. That was the last time they lost. They've had a few ties since then, and they've been tearing it up. October was a shaky month for them, but
I think Frankie de Jong's playing well right now.
Yeah, Pedri's playing well, obviously, always. Lewandowski's Lewandowski.
Pedri.
The defense, it's that defense, bro. They're
solid.
Yeah, when they were healthy. Because I think before they wasn't healthy.
Fullback.
I've never rated Christensen. I don't know.
I've never rated Christensen. He's getting it done.
He's just that type of guy that just don't impact the game too much.
No. He was a joke at Chelsea, no disrespect.
He's just,
he was a joke at Chelsea, no disrespect. City's up 1-0 after 10 minutes. Roger.
You guys asked them to bro. Like, let's give it.
Hey, you guys. Chelsea drew Fulham. They're tied to Fulham. Let's give them a round of applause, bro.
But anyways, what I wanted to ask, Adele, since you watch a lot of Bayern football, like, let me ask you. Are you very?
West Ham. I'm sorry.
Chill, bro. Just talking, bro. I don't listen to them, bro. But I was gonna say for the Bayern and PSG match, are you like confident in your club to like get it done? Because Messi did get injured on PSG. We didn't even mention that. So
that boosts my confidence a lot. I mean, I feel like I'm happy those injuries come in the first leg since PSG.
What a guy. You're happy for
No. I'm not happy that they're injured, but I was gonna say I'm happy that it's in the first leg and they're at home. So I feel like that's probably ideal for us, for that like setback for them to be at home, get that win at home, and then bring it home in the second leg in Bayern. So wait, so what was your question?
I was gonna ask that, has Bayern been on form lately with Bundesliga? Like,
our form, yeah. I mean, like right after the World Cup, it was shaky. We drew our first games, and I feel like we literally drew like we scored first, and then they like tied it right after. So it's just annoying how we drew those games. But recently we picked up form. Coleman's been on fire.
I heard that one.
Instant impact.
Concello, bro.
Instant impact.
City took the biggest L. I've never seen. Bro, 60 mil for bro, you just got loaned into back.
It was a loan. What do you mean?
It was a loan, but it was
there's an option to buy.
They're definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's probably
like above the club though. Guardiola did the right thing.
I understand the situation.
Do you think it was the right thing?
It was.
Yoni, on your take, do you think
he comes to a room demanding, play me or I'll leave. I'm selling him. No one's above the club.
Yeah. But I guess he's a quietly egoistic person because it was like how old is the dude?
Concello?
No, not Concello. The guy that's changed. He was like 19.
Oh,
yeah, it's been insane.
And imagine being subbed, as a guy that's been dubbed like one of the best fullbacks, being benched by a 19-year-old would probably, hurt his ego.
I understand both sides. I understand Concello being upset he wasn't playing, but you don't come and demand.
Yeah, I feel like that's a disrespectful.
You don't do that.
He has to show it too, because
especially to a coach like Pep Guardiola.
And Joe Concello, he hasn't really performed lately. Even in the World Cup, he was very average. Anywhere he played, he was not that good.
Portugal was shaky during the World Cup, not just him.
Not just him, yeah.
I feel like fresh start with us, he's gonna be alright.
But I think Bundesliga is the best league for him.
He's gonna get
the best league for him, bro. The defense not that good. You have a lot of space in behind your cross. Do whatever you like.
Even shoot.
I think he should stay there.
I feel like for any player,
I feel
like for any player that plays in the Premier League, like when they go to a different club outside of England, it's like much easier to play some football. Like it's not competitive football.
So they like to play very like textbook fundamental in England. Like you don't play too freely.
Remember, I was
So a
talking.
lot of we had this talk last week.
Yeah.
A lot of players that like a lot of foreigners when they come into England, it's like a different style. So when they leave England, like they find really good success. And a lot of English players don't leave to foreign countries. Like Kieran Trippier was like the only one. They all find it like easier to play outside of England.
I had a question because like I remember when I was like I'm younger, I would always have this debate with my friends, but I always like thought like Messi, as good of a player he is, he's like the GOAT and everything. They said he would have the same productivity in the Premier League.
I
If
feel
he was
like
there.
that's just a different case, bro.
That's a different case.
You've seen the match even head to head, not even the league in head to head.
Yeah, in Champions
He
League,
has
Big
no struggle,
Six, he's torn up the Big Six.
Yeah,
like
he's
he's
torn,
torn up.
Yeah, I think he would perform. Even that.
Even Neymar, you think Neymar could perform today?
Yeah. I think
Players
Neymar
like
can
that
really
can
perform.
perform anywhere, bro.
Players like that,
When
that's
you're
what
that
they're
top class, bro, top of the generation, you can perform anywhere.
But so why do you think they don't go to the Premier League?
Because
The
at that time,
top
especially-
players don't want to play in England.
By the way, the England League and the England, success has come this
Yeah, the media.
past 10 years. And the media, the fan base, the clubs are getting more TV rights, the money's flowing. So, there was always, supporters from Africa and, Asia and all that. But now it's becoming more global all around the world because, because it's recent success with clubs that have been winning Champions League. The caliber of the league now, the English Premier League is more successful and appealing to players all over the world at the moment compared to the Neymars where 10 years ago Barca's dominance was way more appealing to anyone, even for as a viewer, Barca is the staple, Barca and Real was the staple of football.
Right, that's
They
where all the
still
hot
are,
players.
don't get me wrong, but now there are other teams in the Premier League, even for players. If I was a player, I would be more appealed to the Premier League because I would gain more viewership. I'll probably gain more money. I'll probably gain more. What do you say? A lot more game time, like viewership from
Exactly, on a weekly basis. Like,
Yeah.
we hear about him.
The best players don't like to play. If you look at like the last 10, 15, 20 Ballon d'Or winners,
Yeah, he was
a lot of
telling
them are not in England. And I know Messi
But
and
let me
Ronaldo
tell you
have taken
something.
up like 13 of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Let's
saying.
go back to all the way to
If you
2000.
If you
Yeah.
take out Messi and Ronaldo, I mean, the ones that I can remember: Modric, Benzema, Cannavaro, Kaká, Dino, R9.
Yeah, no,
I think Gary Owens won it in
Guys.
2000, right?
for
2000.
The last person was
Michael
Michael
Owen.
Owen. Yeah, it's just like they don't like.
But I think that's gonna change. If you look at the next 15 years, where the Ballon d'Or is gonna come from, I'll tell you most people.
It won't.
Trust me.
It won't.
Trust me.
Vinicius, Mbappe, maybe Haaland. Vinicius, Mbappe, Haaland, Pedri.
Mbappe's not
A lot of the young
player.
Musiala, these young players that are like top, they're gonna be top tier.
I'm not saying they're going to be English players. It's gonna come from
I don't
England,
think so.
from the Premier League.
I don't
I don't think so as well. I think that.
And the thing is, we see Mbappe maybe once every month or whatnot in Champions League or in an international tournament. Like nobody's watching League One on a weekly basis. You feel me?
He's a
So
finalist though, so it doesn't matter.
That's
you don't
not-
have to watch France football to know he's a finalist. Messi's gonna go win the.
would you rather see Messi every weekend or would you rather see Messi once every month or 2 months? I'm just saying
It doesn't matter. Messi's Messi. Yeah, I watch the highlights of every PSG game.
yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so.
I mean, but you're right.
Yeah.
Most people are always gonna catch the Prem games, but it doesn't matter when it comes to trophies or anything like that.
Yeah,
Messi's
no,
gonna go
especially-
bring in Ballon d'Or 8. Mbappe's been a finalist the last couple of years. Doesn't matter.
Let me ask you something. You guys already did, but do most people just watch Premier League there, or is it
Premier League.
Premier League nothing else?
Abishas don't care about life outside of Premier League.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Because all they like is United, Arsenal, and Liverpool.
Really?
And then there's a few
Yeah.
Chelseas.
There are some Chelsea.
Yeah, there are some
new
Chelseas.
generations. There's some new Chelsea, but it's strictly Premier League. Most African countries, I'll tell you that.
And then Real and Barca. Those-
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
think Real
yeah.
Barca have their pull in the dip too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
that's
not
about
friendly,
it.
But yeah, I think that's most.
Yeah, you'll never meet a Bayern fan.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of him.
No shade,
No,
no
it's,
shade.
he's been a
No
friend,
shade,
bro.
no shade.
Do you feel like you're the only person you know that messes with Bayern?
I mean, I know. I have friends.
There's
But not no.
generation, the older generation, there would be Abishas that go Bayern in the Champions League all the time. But there's no Abishas that's a Bayern fan watching Bundesliga.
Yeah,
not even
exactly.
not watching Bundesliga, they cares for it when I went.
I don't know. I've seen some Dortmund fans strictly watching only Dortmund football back then.
Right here. I have like a team in each league. I don't think that's a bandwagon in the thing.
What's your team in Serie A?
I used to
Serie A? I don't really care too much for Serie A, but if I had to pick, it'd be Inter.
Inter.
But
I used to have
don't really
that
care
back
for
in
it.
the days. I used to have like I used to support a team from each league. But
My
now,
main
like,
is just Barcelona.
like you can't really put your love
In different hearts, right?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's different.
Oh, it's different.
Barcelona and City, like that's like them being out like Footy for me. Like I love those clubs.
I don't
And
know
then
how you do
Dortmund's
it,
like
bro.
the top
like,
two.
I used to be able to do like two teams. Like I used to love.
Who's your
like,
two teams when you were younger?
Back when I was younger, I used to be Atletico Madrid.
Atletico
I
Madrid.
used to love the underdog story.
Yeah, right? They never had
That's how
success.
I
Yeah.
became a City fan.
Yeah, that
Like
Falcao,
2010,
they were ripping it up. So I was like, yeah, I like this team. You know, they're appealing. You know, they're not as big as the other two. You know, this Real and Barca, but I might support them. I tried a little bit. I used to just like, but I was not making nowhere near as much effort.
So like keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, to keep up with what's going on. I was like, why am I even doing that? I was like, I asked myself, do I even really like them, or do I like the fact that they're not, you know, they're not they're the
Top
underdogs, top dogs from that league. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna stick to my team and just stick with it.
Well, I think the thing is for me, I watch multiple sports, so I have multiple teams for every sport, obviously. So like to me, like you know, the teams that I like don't play each other unless they somehow draw each other in Champions League. My dad always asks me if City was to draw Barca, which I don't think they ever have in my life at least. Who would I be for? I think in Champions League I would be for City because I've seen Barca win a Champions League.
Yeah, so you still want your Premier League team to win. But I think for me, like I don't know, I've never like I feel like I was different in this case, but I never like to support like another team. Like I always like I went
Chelsea too much?
Yeah, no, I no like with any sport, right? Like for basketball, it was the Lakers. Like I never like I supported Lakers. That was football was the Redskins. Me was like Chelsea. Like I never had like another team because I was like I don't know like when I was younger, like a lot of people would do that. They would be like, oh, this is my favorite team. This is my favorite player, and then like. Let's say like one player like transfers or whatnot,
Oh,
like
LeBron?
it's like LeBron or like
That's
what,
literally this guy taking shots at me. I'm a Westbrook fan.
on God, I wasn't trying to.
I'm a Westbrook fan, so you know wherever Westbrook goes, I go. Right now we're in Utah with it.
Utah.
So
You might get a buy- you might get a buyout, though, with the Clippers,
Someone
yeah.
might buy him out, but I do support like team like DC, like Wizards, like you know that's like.
I respect that. I could never support like the Redskins. I supported just because me and my dad. That was like what we like first bonded on sports on. But like the rest of the things.
You don't care for the Wizards?
I'm a Laker.
I understand you're
I
a
love
Lakers
Kobe.
guy,
Kobe
but like
literally
you don't
was-
care for the hometown.
I swear to God, I don't. I don't own any. I don't own any like gear, nothing. The Wizards to me are just another basketball team.
Lakers suck right
There's
now.
nothing
so
to
that's
support
not-
the Wizards on though, to be real.
Huh?
The Wizards, you know, I wouldn't be like.
Yeah, like why would you? Who? The thing, like, to be honest, I'm like the most like if anyone knows me, I'm like the truest Lakers fan, right? But like for me, like the Wizards, like I don't know, like I always just saw them as like they're home, but like they're always bad in my eyes. Like they're such a bad team. I mean, like
They're a bad franchise,
Huh?
They're a bad franchise, but there was a good like 3, 4, 5 years
They had
run
some
where they were actually finding playoff success.
But that was like. Put it like this, I've been watching basketball since like maybe 2009, 2010. I was watching it when Kobe was hot, you know. So that for me, that was my first like love for the sport. But for the Wizards, they got hot like when I was in like middle school, high school. I was like, you know, I suffered with the Lakers, you know. When
they were hot in high school.
Huh?
They were hot in high school.
No, I'm saying like
Buns.
beginning of high school.
Beginning of,
that was
yeah,
when
I
John
guess.
Wall and the Celtics they had like that big thing going on. But do you guys like let me ask you like do you guys feel like this generation's kind of thing like we have what's it called like players hopping on teams and whatnot? Is that something you guys like
in
enjoy?
sports in general?
And no, not in sports.
I
Even with
don't
football,
like
to be
it.
honest, football it's just gone to the point where it's all about money.